All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to tackle a huge misunderstanding in the world of solar. We're going to look way beyond just a single number on a screen and really explore the real 6-hour wattage curve. And in the process, we're going to bust a major myth about so-called peak performance.
And this quote, it absolutely nails it. Seriously, if you're only glancing at your system's output around midday, you're missing the most critical part of the story. You're basically seeing one single solitary frame, not the entire movie of how your system really performs throughout the day. Okay, so let's just frame this whole conversation. On one side, you've got the myth, this simple view. Solar production is just this perfect, neat little bell curve. It's a snapshot in time where noon is the absolute, unquestioned peak. But the reality? Oh, it's so much more interesting. We're talking about a dynamic power system, where noon isn't the peak, it's more of a transition point in a much, much longer story. So first, let's really dig into what most people think, what I like to call the midday myth. You've heard this 1,000 times, right? Morning is kind of weak, noon is the big hero. Everything follows this perfect, predictable curve. And of course, that one single reading from your watt meter at 12 p.m. tells you the absolute truth about your system's power. It's a really tidy story, but honestly, it's just not the whole story.
So to actually see the full picture, we've got to shift our whole perspective. Let's just stop looking at one little point in time. And instead, let's look at the entire 6-hour curve. And here it is. If you take away just one thing from this whole explainer, let it be this. Solar output is not a static number. It's a continuous, flowing curve of energy that's changing literally minute by minute. It's reacting to a whole bunch of factors, not just what time the clock says it is. This brings us to a really fascinating question then. I mean, if the sun's at its highest point at noon, giving us the most direct light, why isn't the power output just a simple, stable peak right at that moment? Well, the answer? It's all in the physics.
So let's get into the hidden factors that are really at play here. It's this constant dance between physics, heat, and power.
Okay, first thing we need to talk about is the cosine effect. Think of it like this. In the morning, the sun's rays are hitting your panels at a really sharp, kind of glancing angle. That means less of the sun's actual energy is striking the panel surface head on. So naturally, the power output is lower while it's still ramping up. Now here's the part that messes with everyone's head. Just as the sun is reaching its peak intensity, it's also baking your panels, making them super hot. And you know what? Extreme heat is the enemy of efficiency. As the panel's temperature shoots up, its voltage actually drops, which reduces its total power output. It's a real thing. It's called thermal derating. And this is the absolute key takeaway. Peak sun does not equal peak power. Let me say that again. Peak sun does not equal peak power. That intense heat from the midday sun is actually working against the light, and it often creates this kind of flattened plateau on the power curve, not a sharp spike like you'd expect. But hold on, the story doesn't even end with the panels. Your system itself isn't just sitting there passively. Nope, it's actively managing this energy flow every single second of the day. So here's the crucial point. That raw, jagged power curve coming straight from the panels, that's not what you see on your monitors, and it's not what your appliances are using. Your system's components are constantly working, reshaping and smoothing that raw energy into something stable and usable. And there are two main heroes in this story. First, your MPPT charge controller. It's like this super smart gearbox, constantly adjusting the electrical load to find that perfect sweet spot, the maximum power point as the sunlight and temperature are changing. And second, you've got your batteries. They act like a giant sponge, just soaking up all that excess energy during midday surges, which has the effect of smoothing out the power delivery. Okay, so we've covered the science and the hardware, but why does any of this actually matter? Well, shifting from the myth to reality has huge implications for designing a solar system that's safe, efficient, and actually reliable. To really see this for yourself, you have to measure the full curve. Don't just take one reading. You need to watch your system's wattage through 4 key phases: that initial ramp up in the morning, the acceleration as it gets towards midday, that whole transition window around noon, and then finally the decline in the afternoon. That's how you see the real story unfold. And look, ignoring this reality comes with serious risks. If you design your whole system based on that one perfect idealized noon peak, you could totally overestimate your daily energy harvest.
That could lead you to undersize your battery bank. You'd be ignoring tons of valuable morning energy and potentially creating an unstable system that just can't handle real-world conditions.
So, if you remember just one thing from all this, let it be this. Relying on a single, isolated peak reading isn't just inaccurate. It can literally be a recipe for designing a system that is inefficient, undersized, and potentially even unsafe.
And that really leaves us with the final question you should be thinking about for your own system. Are you just looking at that one perfect frame from midday? Or are you watching the entire film and truly understanding the full day energy story? Because that's where true performance really lies.